Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Welcome back to Icarus and part 2. You can see I've been collecting a little bit of rocks to get myself ready for when I start converting the wood and so on. Right now we're going to be heading off to the map, which is now unmarked, obviously because the game has been saved and it doesn't keep a permanent mark. So we're going to have to go out and see what we can find. Probably run into a bear or two, knowing that this map is quite heavy on the bear front, which is okay. I'm dealing with it quite easily, as you saw in part 1. A little bit of strafing left and right, shooting as they lunge for you. Just move out the way and they kind of miss you. I don't know if it's a glitch or whatever it is, but it seems to work for me. Anyway, I appreciate you all being here. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell and set it to all. And here we go. Bear number 1. And no surprises, bear number 2, just within arrow shot. Hit that a couple of times. Nice. Probably used one arrow too many there, but that's 2 bears. That is 2 lots of steaks, bones, and everything like that. That is going to become be very useful for what I'm going to be doing next. Well, there's definitely a bear out there somewhere, but we don't have to worry about him. He seems to be a fair distance away. This seems to be their path that they travel on, so yeah, it's alright. We can handle that with the equipment that we have. It's time to light the torch and make our way in, deal with the cave worms, and start getting some of that very precious metal ores, iron and copper, to kickstart the real part of Icarus. So on our way back, we just stop off and pick up some salt, because we've got the salting station. We need the salt to slap it onto the meat. It makes the meat last a lot longer, which I'll show you in a little bit. So in the meantime, we just pick up whatever we can. Salt. What else is there? The other white stuff. I forget what it's called. So much going on. But anyway. And we are back to base, and let's get that stuff smelting, man. Super important to get that going for us to progress. So this is where now we get the salting station that stores the salt. We slap the meat in there, we get it salted. It's got a longer lifespan, means you have to kill less and so on. At the same time, we can make a little bit of a skinning bench. It's always good to use a skinning bench because you get a lot more bone and your meat doesn't go rotten. Your animals, at least, you can pick them up under a certain size and carry them in there, and then when you're ready, you can skin them. So the progression of things usually is the machining bench is kind of next, but there's a lot to get done prior to that. So we just heard some meat getting dried out. So we take that meat, we salt it, and then you'll see right there 9,000 odd seconds before it goes bad. A lot longer than if it were unsalted. Huge thing that. So incredibly important, particularly when you're starting out brand new. That helps a hell of a lot. Okay, so the anvil allows us to get nails, copper nails, iron nails. This is where the game sort of like opens up big time when you get that, and the pestle and mortar, or the mortar in this instance. I think it's called the whatever. You can see we get different pickaxes and all that sort of stuff that allows us to get more of the aluminium, the platinum, and the other ores that we can't get with just a standard regular. So that's very important. Those two, copper and iron nails, are what's going to help us expand our crafting ability a whole lot more by having this. This is such an important little item, this one. Look at all this, the mortar. It opens up the resin, the epoxy, the tree sap, the steel blooms, the gunpowder, all of that sort of stuff is what's going to make us very happy. And this is why we kill what we kill to get the bones, because the bones is what makes the epoxy. And the epoxy, there's a lot of killing that needs to get done in-game to get a small amount of epoxy, and we need an awful lot of epoxy. Later on in the series, the computer electronics, or the electronics, whatever it's called, is super important. So now that we've got that, we can do the machining bench, and again, this opens up the menu for what we can craft even bigger, which is absolutely essential for survival. So right here we're working on towards the cement mixer, and we'll get a carpentry bench while we're at it. I hate the color of the standard regular wood. It's dull, boring, and I hate splinters. So we're working to get a carpentry bench done and dusted, and also working towards obviously getting the cement mixer. The cement mixer will allow us to get cement, obviously. And that just enables us to craft a whole lot more. These parts just open up the game like a massive floodgate. It's brilliant. So we've got to craft specialized wood interior, wood flooring, and so on. Right now it's back into the cave, kill off a couple of cave worms, pick up those scales. We are going to be using them at some point. We can't keep using this bow. It will eventually give up. So we have to collect what we can from all the cave worms and so on. So yeah, we're just picking off one or two cave worms that are left, and then we'll do a lap around the whole entire interior of the cave. Well, where we can get at least. A good mate of ours, Rod Knob from Australia, always says to us, build yourself some platforms, because there's ores that are higher up that you cannot get to, and he's absolutely 100% correct. Do I do it? No, I don't. I'm too lazy. So we just pick up whatever we can. You can see there's some stuff that's higher up that we just can't get to. But we may do, and we will eventually do that, because there are some more of the more precious ores, like the aluminium, the platinum, and so on. Those are harder to find and don't regenerate as much. So a lot more effort needs to go into collecting the ores. Again, while we are outside leaving the cave, we'll just pick up some of the silica ore. That's the other white one that I was thinking of earlier. So silica ore we'll pick up because we'll need that, and then some more salt, just to salt the meat, just to have it keep for a little bit longer, because there's so many animals and bears in particular that we end up doing a hell of a lot of fighting. Which always brings me to my next one. Make sure you're ammoed up. Always ammoed up. I'm no expert by any stretch of the imagination, as you can see, but I do like to be prepared. Oh, the most essential part. The cement mixer. Yes, 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 yes. This is such a good one to get, because along with this, the cement mixer, you can start looking at getting like the masonry bench, or the I forget the other one that makes the concrete bench. It makes really smooth foundations, walls, and all that sort of stuff. Really, really clinical looking, if that's the route you want to go. So we've got our interior wood flooring now. We use the hammer just to upgrade, as opposed to hitting down and replacing, or laying down a new floor. We just replace, or upgrade rather, and it looks so much, it's aesthetically it just looks so much better. It lightens up the room a little bit. We just need 3 more. Perfect for what we have. We take the old wood flooring, right click on that and destroy it, and you get some materials back, like some wood and so on. And here we go. Look at that flooring already. It looks absolutely fantastic. And that comes from a very good friend of ours who advised us to do that. It looks so much... Look at that. Lightens up the place. Chris, Drunken Dragon Gaming, that was a tip from him. Absolutely fantastic. And now it is the furnace that gonna help us do a lot more of the smelting. So we're preparing here for when we get the aluminium and everything like that. As you can see, it opens up the menu big time. So we can put in silica ore in there and get glass out of it, and we put in the steel paste or the steel bloom, and we get steel out of that, which is going to give us the steel axe and the steel pickaxe, which allows us to get all that sort of stuff. So right now we don't need the one that came from the orbital station. We can just take it and slap everything in here. It's a lot faster too, and a lot more capacity for storage, and it opens up everything, as you can see. And there we go. End of this little session. Thank you so much to everybody for being here. Greatly appreciated. And see you all next time round. Peace out.